If you want to be the best athlete you can possibly be, there's no other product than Snack. You break it down. My name is Andre Rozier, and I am Snack Strong.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Marcos Viegas being joined with one of my favorite people in general, Mr. Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Ray, man, I know we chatted a little bit just now, but it's really, really good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in person in a really, really long time, and I miss working with you and hanging out with you.
I miss you.
Yeah, same here, man. You know,
I miss you too.
That last the fights that we worked, man, it was really, really memorable experiences with you, to be honest, man.
I appreciate that. Well,
yeah.
Really mutual, man. Last year was one of the best years of my life, really.
It
truly.
Was, yeah.
With guys like you, being with you guys, spending time getting to know you personally. It was. And I hope we can get that back this coming year.
Yeah, we hope so, man. Let's hopefully get through this coronavirus COVID thing to get things back to normal. But a fight happened over the weekend that I think a lot of people did not think that Teofimo Lopez would be able to outbox Vasyl Lomachenko. He becomes now the man at 135 pounds. Ray, what do you think overall of the fight and how it was fought between both Lomachenko and Teofimo?
I've talked to a few people. Maybe I see it different than most, and I'll tell you what I mean. I have no problem with Lopez winning the decision. Yeah, Loma gave the first 6 rounds away. Gave them away. He started fighting, but from 7 through 11, he won every round. The 12th round, okay, give it to Lopez, I have no problem. So by all means, 7-5. What is that, 115, 113, 114, 112, whatever it is, right? Not this bullshit, 119, 109, 157. No. Steve Weisfeld's out of his mind. Julie Letterman's, she's, and I always say, what is the ramifications of being a bad judge? If you're a fighter and you do something, you get suspended. If you find something in your urine, you get suspended. If you can't make wet, you get suspended. You get fined. What about bad judging? Can't they get? There's got to be some ramifications, but obviously not. So okay, but I'm not saying Lopez. Here's where I'm impressed with. Loma, when I say gave it away, he did absolutely nothing for 6. We know that. Now people say, "Well, what do you think? He couldn't figure the guy?" I said, Loma's one of these guys who sets traps early in a fight. Then he goes back later in the fight, sets the traps caught. Up, he was changing, he was changing high, low, changes, height. It was footwork, his feint. Okay. After 2 rounds, he got to the punches. He did nothing. So I think a lot of it had to do with being off for so long. He was off for almost a year, right? And he had a big, strong guy in front of him. We know how Lopez could punch. The murderers punch him. And I was impressed. What I was impressed with about Lopez more than anything is he didn't lose his composure. He didn't say, like, nothing's happened. I got to go out there and try to make a fight of this. I got to go out there and put on a show for the people. Kept his composure. Sticking the jab out. What's that? But 7 through 11, or even before that, I would say there could be an argument that Loma might have won the second round. Maybe. Because neither one did nothing. It was like the first 6 rounds were like one guy did nothing, the other guy did less. That's one of them. You always hear about them fights. That was that fight. Second half, I started heating up. If it was like that for all of it, it would have been a great fight. The fight was okay. It wasn't a great fight. 12th round, Lopez came out firing, and I was surprised Loma backed up. I thought he would understand more than anybody. You got to stay in the pocket and keep punching, right? But even if he didn't, like I said, say you give the last round to Lopez, the first 6, that's 7-5. So, but if you gave one of murder rounds, like the second round, which is possible we could have, then it's a 6-6 fight. It's a draw. I wouldn't have been a problem with that either. So, but congrats to Lopez. He would have thought he would get blown out. I didn't think he'd get blown out. He's a big, strong kid who can fight. I picked Loma to win because of his ring generalship. I thought Loma would do movement, set him, and then speed, in, out. But he did nothing. He did absolutely, and that's what boggles my mind. What was he thinking? Your corner got to tell you. That's the idea of having a corner, extra pair of eyes. Look, you ain't doing nothing. You got to get something going. You better do something, whatever. So maybe got too comfortable or whatever. So congrats to Lopez for that. But but I was I said. But when Loma did fight him, he was getting the better of the exchanges. He was backing him up and getting the better of the exchanges. He got hit with a few uppercuts, but he'd come back, fast hands, move around. So I thought when they were fighting toe-to-toe action, Loma was getting better of the action. It just wasn't enough. He didn't do enough.
Yeah, I when I was listening to the corner instructions, I think between like round 5 or 6, they went over and interviewed the corner, and they said, "Oh, this is part of our plan. We want him to be patient. We don't want him to do a lot." And like in my mind, I'm like, "You crazy? You can't give away rounds like this, especially a young guy like Teo. You know how hard it is to break the momentum of a kid like that when he's going, when he has all engines firing. Like
Marcos, I said
into a bigger hole."
I just said, I always say in a 12-round fight, there's a guy who does this every fight. I'll tell you in a minute. If you give the first 2 rounds away, you got to win the next 7 out of 10 to win a decision. 7 out of 10. If you don't, say you only win 6 out of 10, it's a draw. So if you give the first 2 rounds away, which I guess he gave the first 6, so he dug such a big hole he could never overcome it unless he knocked him out. He wasn't going to knock him out. He wasn't that big a puncher. You know who does that most? Gives the first 2 rounds away, but then he comes back and starts steamrolling the guys. Is Canelo? Canelo starts slow all the time, and he gives the first 2 rounds away most fights, and then he comes on. You know what I mean? That's what I thought this kid would do, but he didn't do that. So, like I said, if you get the first 2 rounds away, you got to turn around real quick. You got to pick up the engine real quick because you got no chance. There's nowhere to give away rounds after that.
Let me get your take on this. A lot of people said this before the fight. They said that Lomachenko's starting to show his age, not as dominant as before. And because of this result, people feel that they were right about that he has started to kind of dip down from his peak. Do you agree with that, or do you think it's too early to tell?
I think first he had an extensive amateur career. Everybody only got so many miles on their body. But he hasn't taken no beatings. So, no, I don't agree with that. I think this kid's got a good 3 or 4 years. If he wants it, he stays in shape. He lives right. He trains hard. Look at the way he trains. Look at the movement. He was there to the end, man. He wasn't tired. He wasn't doing, he was burning, man. He had a big, strong guy in front of him. And he had a kid who had a ton of guts and went after it. But again, he didn't, it wasn't like, oh, he overwhelmed. No, he didn't do a whole lot more. He was just doing enough to win the rounds, but he was piling on the rounds. So I like the kid, and I said, and I don't know the father. He seems like a good guy. He loves his son, and I'm happy for both of them. Father said, my son's going to be, I love the fact that the father has that much confidence in his son. Love that about him. I don't know I just hope the father backs off a little bit now and let the kid shine. Let the kid be the star. Don't be like, there's a couple other fathers we know in father-son relationships over the last couple of years where the fathers are getting all the publicity. People talk about them more than the fighter. Let the kid shine now. And I think that'll happen. Got all the belts. 15 fight. That's, but it's a different game now. You know what I mean? Kid could fight. I don't think he's going to stay at 35 long. If maybe one fight more, who's he'd fight? Devin Haney? There's no money there.
Ryan Garcia, maybe?
Ryan Garcia's got to get past Luke Campbell first. But by the time he does that, and if who do you get? Leo Santa Cruz and Gervonta? Yeah. Tank Davis, or the winner of Leo or Gervonta would be the fight for him. That would be an interesting fight. Either guy. He may, Tank would, speed-wise, be good. And Leo, just because of his, he ain't that big puncher, but he takes a good shot and he keep coming. So that would be the fight. But I don't think he's going to stay there long.
They mentioned after the fight that 140 is attracted to him because
that's the
he wants the winner of Ramirez and Taylor to see if he can go back-to-back undisputed.
That'd be interesting. I think both guys would be a hard fight for him. I think Taylor would be a harder fight for him. I think Taylor would probably outbox him. Ramirez is more stand up straight in front of you. That'd be more of a style-wise, it would be a better stylistic for Lopez. But both guys could fight. So, and hey, how about Regis Prograis? Why not put Regis with him? Yeah. So there's enough guys out there. I'm saying is he can go and fight for a title because he has all the belts, right? I think that's probably what he'll do. Maybe one defense. Why? If he can make weight, they said he can make it. I don't think he can make it. They said, but he won't stay long. 140 is where the money's at, and 147. And this kid's going to move up eventually to 47. So if he wants to make the big money fights, 40 and 47 sooner than later. There's a couple good fights at 40, maybe a year or two there, and then step up to 47. There's some guys, going to be some good guys there. Big fights for you there. So, but I like it. I like Teofimo Lopez. I like him. I love the fact how much he believes in himself. I love the fact his father believes in him the way he does. I just hope the father backs off and let the kid shine.
In your opinion, Ray, how good is Teofimo Lopez, and how can he be? You know, I got off the phone with Abel Sanchez. He feels that he's really high on Teofimo. He told me like a quote that this is the closest we'll get to someone in maybe the area of a Roberto Duran at that weight, just because of the natural things that Teofimo brings. You know, how good can Teo, and are we seeing potentially a top pound for pound guy in him?
Well, if you beat the guy who's considered number one pound for pound, if you beat the man, then you got to become the man. So someone says, well, where does he fit on pound for pound? I said, top 3, 4. Who's going to beat him? Him, in a way, Canelo, Crawford, Spence.
Yeah.
That's the 4. Because if you beat the guy who's considered the top, you beat the man to beat the man, right? So he's got to be right there. Yeah, look. Who knows what his potential is? Potential is unlimited. No, we don't know. I like what Abel said about close to Roberto Duran. I mean, it's savagery.
Yeah, that's what he said. Intensity, savagery, wanting to get the guy out.
You know, I think if it was Duran would have taken more chances early on. But again, he kept his composure, and I like that. I think, you know, but see the difference with him and Duran, when they went toe to toe, he was getting backed up. Duran went and got backed up like that. I don't think, but who knows? You know what I mean? It's about Leonard the first time. Leonard was backing him up, you know, so I get it. But it was so. That's interesting. But how good he could be, we don't know. I think he's terrific. He's a terrific prospect. But there's so many good fights for him out there right now. You know, and if I'm him, I would keep active, keep making them. Don't wait. Be like a Golovkin. Fight every 3 to 4 months. Don't wait. Don't be like everybody else and wait maybe 1 or 2 a year. Fight 3 to 4 times a year. Be a champion people want to see. I do. I want to see him again, you know. So I think because he kept his composure and he showed some good ring generalship, that's what impressed most people. Impressed me a lot about him. But personally, why not run it right back? Run it back.
Yeah, you want to see a rematch? They said they don't want to see a rematch because it was so dominant on his end.
They say it was dominant. That's bullshit. It wasn't that dominant. It wasn't that dominant. When the guy didn't do nothing for 6 rounds. He didn't dominate him. The guy gave him away 6 rounds. And when they did have it, he won 5 rounds in a row. How can you be dominant when you lose 5 rounds in a row? He pulled out the 12th. But if they gave, like I said, Loma 1 round in the beginning, which he could maybe second or third, it's a draw. It's a draw if he wins the 12th. So, no. I mean, if they gave 1, it's a draw. Why not run it back? But they wouldn't because – and to me, that's still the biggest money fight for him. Mm-hmm. You know, unless you're going to take on one of these other guys. If you're just going to fight an easier fight now, they get one tuned up because you won, beat Loma, so we're going to give you a gimme title defense. Why? Why not come right where the money is? You're beating your confidence level should be sky high. Go in and beat him again. And this time, walk him down. I think he would.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.